Welcome to our lesson on the analysis of persuasive communication. This week we will learn how to use the acronym SOAPSToneD to analyze some great movie speeches. It's important to learn how to pick apart communication that's meant to persuade people. Being able to discern how much of our reaction to persuasion is influenced by the skilled use of language can help us to clearly think and come to our own conclusions. Let's get started. The first letter in our acronym for this week is S. S stands for speaker. This is a little different from the speaker in TPS Fast. In persuasion, we are talking about a real person who is giving a persuasive speech or is writing persuasively. We need to know the basics about this person, like their name and occupation, but more importantly, we need to know why we should be listening to them specifically. What makes them someone we should trust? Are they an expert? Do they have first-hand experience? Are they trained or educated in a related area? What is it that makes them credible? Our second letter is O for occasion. This letter has two parts, the immediate and the larger occasion. The immediate occasion is basically the where and the when. Is the speaker talking to a crowd outside the U.S. Capitol building or to a group of investors in a boardroom? The second part is the larger occasion, meaning what's happening in the community or the country or even the world. Maybe the talk on Capitol Hill is over immigration, but the larger occasion in the world is the refugee crisis. Make sure to consider both parts of this step, as there are often larger influences at play than we might think. Our next letter is A for audience. Who are the people who will be listening to the speech or reading the paper? What type of people are they? A speech on immigration given at a rally is going to be different than one given in a Senate hearing. P in this acronym is for purpose. What does the speaker want the audience to think or do? Sometimes this won't be obvious at first, especially if it's something that people might initially be against. In that case, a speaker might want to lay a lot of groundwork, basically giving the reasons before offering the solution. So take your time and listen or read to the whole piece before you answer this question. Our next letter is another letter S, but this time for subject. What is the speech about? Seems obvious enough, but just like with the purpose, the subject can be buried a little at first. Next we have the letter T. T is for tone. We can figure out tone from the choices the speaker makes about what words, figurative language, and imagery to use. Tone is often exaggerated in persuasive speech, especially when the speaker is trying to get the audience to feel certain emotions. The last letter of our acronym is D for devices. What persuasive and literary devices are being used by the speaker? Are they using repetition or other sound devices to sort of make things stick in people's heads? Or are they creating imagery that impacts the audience emotionally? What kind of rhetoric is being used, ethos, pathos, or logos? When you consider this part of the analysis, think about how effective the devices are in supporting or emphasizing the speaker's points.